Rob Mahoney.
How's it going, y'all?
Thanks for coming out. We good? Can you hear me? Thanks, everyone, for coming out to the first ever live show. I've already told them if this is a failure, we're never doing it again. If it works, we will go on a tour and go to other places. We're going to go rapid fire through a few segments. We're going to have some fun. Rob is here the whole time. He flew in from Los Angeles.
Thank you.
And look at you guys. You have a really good Western Conference basketball team. How does that feel? Like it's just, you guys are just a normal, good team. It's a kind of a novel thing.
Oh, completely. How does it feel for you, though, now that there's a straight line from Prince to you playing this venue?
Well,
do you feel the pressure of that?
There's lots of other people, too. That
Yeah.
I had no idea. They were like, this is a famous place, Prince recorded. All right, okay. Now we're going to do Western Conference power rankings.
That's what the people want, though.
All right, you ready to go? We're
Let's
just going to
do
get into it. No
Let's do it.
prelude. There's no prelude. Hold on, wait. There is a prelude. Welcome to the Zach Lowe Show, live from Minneapolis. You're listening to the Zach Lowe Show, presented by FanDuel. FanDuel now displays your bets directly on your phone's lock screen. And with the latest updates to the live events and player pages, it's never been easier to be part of the game. And Missouri, get excited because FanDuel is coming your way as of December 1st. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app now and play your game. 20 or over, present in select states, or 18 and over, present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. We have poster boards. We have sticky notes. We do not know each other's lists. We thought this would be a good way to kind of address where the Wolves are in the hierarchy of the Western Conference. We have
Number one.
We have some Wolves higher ups here, so this will be exciting. Okay, we're just gonna go. I'm gonna put this down for a second. We're gonna go 15-1. We have not seen each other's list yet. Rapid fire. The worst team in the Western Conference right now. Rob Mahoney, slap it on.
Is there any doubt?
Yes, there is now.
It's gotta be. General rule, if you have to install new mobile staircases to let your GM exit the arena in shame, you get to the bottom of the list, and then you fire him.
I'm just going to spoil this right now. You guys submitted a bunch of questions for a Q&A at the end, if we have time. I think 5 of you submitted the same exact question in different wordings, which was, is Nico Harrison the new David Kahn? 5 of you. 5 of you. One of you, in something that would have made Simmons proud, actually used the championship belt metaphor. Is he taking the bad GM championship belt from David Kahn? I went to Pelicans because, do I even need to explain they're hopeless and they don't own their first-round draft pick? It's not going well for Two Phones Dumars over in New Orleans. I can't believe, I didn't even have Dallas 14. I'm going to spoil my 14th
What?
pick. No.
You've been keeping up with current events, though.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Your number 14 team. Stick it on.
That's got to be the Pelicans. So who do you have? You have the Kings.
The Sacramento Kings. This is the nexus of bad vibes in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
The Pelicans, although I like Derek Queen. Derek Queen's kind of fun. You enjoyed the Derek Queen experience?
Completely. That's why I'm a little surprised you have him at the bottom. At least there's some good energy there, if not good basketball.
Is there? The Mavericks, is the fandom dead in you?
It's unfortunately. And if it wasn't dead, it's like, how could it live on after all this? But
you guys, this was your team for so long. Like the mocked, dumb team, which we will get to the history. And look at all of these incompetent teams. This team, if we all got together in a room and we're like, let's go from De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton and try in 2 years to build the stupidest possible basketball team, we could not do any worse or any better, I don't know, than the Sacramento Kings. What a miserable team to watch.
I'm personally,
absolutely
I'm shocked
miserable.
it doesn't work, you know? All the pieces just seem to make sense to me, Zach.
All right, 13. I already spoiled my 13.
Yeah, so we have a variation of the same.
See, there's no other way to go. Let's
There's
just
no
do.
escaping it.
I got to refresh my memory of what
Yeah,
I
who
have.
do I have
All right,
next?
12. Let's do 12.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah, it's going great. It's going great in Memphis.
Memphis, you have lower than the Utah Jazz.
I do.
It's. I mean, it's not going great. You know, I'll just put up my 11 right now.
Okay.
You put up your 11 because my 11 is the Memphis Grizzlies.
See,
You guys want John Morant?
Clippers. That didn't. That seems strong.
The Clippers. You have the Clippers. All right, I'm just gonna go.
I think we have different interpretations, Zach. Like, this is all vibes. These are power rankings. This is astrology for dudes. Like, we're supposed to do it this way.
Okay, let's just address all three of them. Aren't you guys? We're not even close to Minnesota yet. This is
good
so
news.
different.
This is good news.
I don't know. Just young and not that. I mean, Ace Bailey's a little bit fun. Markkanen's really good. Markkanen's averaging like 29 points a game.
Yes. They know what they're doing. Like, it's a little bit of like turning a ham bone and gummy bears into like a chopped basket for Will Hardy, but like he makes it kind of work.
Do you guys remember the Memphis-Minnesota playoff series from 3 years ago? When it was just Jaren Jackson Jr. and Karl Anthony Towns committing stupid fouls against each other the entire time? I'm happy to report that Jaren Jackson Jr. fouled out in 30 minutes last night in yet another loss for the Grizzlies, and I think Morant was like 3 of 16 or something with 8 turnovers.
It was horrible. No one wants to be there.
It's not going great.
No.
It's not going great. And the Clippers, you just talk about the Clippers.
I mean, they're the slowest team by choice. Like, they wanted to be this way. I don't understand anything they're doing. They don't seem like they could be really troubled to jog back. They have to be low. Do you not have them coming up soon?
I grandfathered them in a little bit.
Yes, you did.
Grandfathered them in. A little higher out of respect for they won 50 games last year.
Fair.
Took the Nuggets to 7 in the first round.
Yep.
Still have James Harden guaranteed to shit the bed in Game 7 of any important playoff series. Still have Kawhi Leonard, still my MVP from 2017. I'm still clinging to that vote. Russ didn't deserve to win.
Well, and you're an aspiration investor, we know.
And what?
You're an aspiration investor.
I actually have an aspiration hoodie. I almost wore it tonight. No, seriously, someone made me a friend of a friend of a friend made me an aspiration hoodie that I feel like it's too mean to the Clippers to wear it. Bradley Beal's out for the season. Rob, are you emotionally devastated? Did you dock him 5 wins just based on that?
I mean, I had a visceral reaction to hearing that someone broke their hip. It sounds very painful. He was barely a part of this team, did not register at all. We wish him the best.
We do. It doesn't. They had already concluded that Harden plus Beal was untenable defensively. Yeah. Like they were just getting blown by. I guess I got to find who I have 10th. Did you put a 10 yet?
Not yet. This is where I'm coming back to the Utah Jazz, who you love so much.
Boom. Phoenix Suns.
See, that's mean.
Again, look, it's early, but they're frisky. Phoenix Suns. Someone tweeted at me this week saying, someone in the national media has to be the one to write the piece about the Phoenix Suns are actually kind of good. I don't write anymore, so it can't be me. And they are kind of good, as evidenced by the fact that you have them in your top 10. I think they're over 500.
They're just like a normal playing team as well. It turns out like if you get rid of the bad vibes express that was last season's collection of stars, there's a normal thing under there that kind of works.
How is it working?
Jordan Ott's a good coach.
He's a good coach.
He's a good coach. A lot of guys playing real hard. It's not interesting, but it's good.
Dylan Brooks is fun. I enjoy Dylan Brooks.
Wow. He deserves it, honestly, sometimes.
He, second game in, they played the Clippers, and he was just like, I'm going to make James Harden mad the entire night. Just chest to chest, all the way down the floor. It was great. Can I see it for a little longer before I go higher than this?
These are power rankings. We're reflecting the moment.
See, I go in with my Bayesian prior, I think the nerds call it, and I adjust from that. Okay, number 9. We're up to number 9 already. This is where I have these guys.
Yeah. If your star players are getting into fights on threads, you got to move down a couple spots.
Wait, is that happening?
Oh, yeah.
That's a real thing?
Check Draymond Green's action today. He had a lot of stuff to say.
Well, I saw he was kind of defending Nico Harrison somehow. He was like, I'm putting my flag on that.
A historically
Nico
great
Harrison
take,
Island.
yeah. They need a vacation. We're like 3 weeks into the season. These guys seem to hate each other already.
Yeah, did you guys, as people who have firsthand experience, did you have like the under on the over-under 10.5 months before Jimmy Butler made some controversial public comments? Because the comments after last night's loss, which I watched that game, I watched Thunder Warriors. The Warriors tried, and the Thunder they tried for a little bit. It was close for a little bit.
That's admirable.
The Thunder have a way. The spoiler: the Thunder are going to be very high.
Yeah.
They have a way of like.
Sorry.
They just demoralize you to the point where you could see teams be like, we don't even want to like, I don't want to cut anymore. This is a lot of work for absolutely no payoff against this army of just mean guys with long arms. Ninth is aggressive, Rob. I can't co-sign
That's
ninth.
okay.
Eighth.
Maybe the same team? The Portland Trail Blazers. There we go. We got some synergy. Our first match, it looks like.
Is that possible? That's the first match?
The first match. They deserve a middle in the pack ranking, like a young, spry team we can all believe in. They run and gun.
Yeah, they're fun to watch. I have no fun comments about the Blazers.
There's lots of fun stuff going on in their coaching staff. There's a lot happening.
Number 7 for me is the aforementioned Golden State Warriors.
And this is where I'll put the Phoenix Suns. So we're closing the loops on various tiers here, I think.
So you think the Suns, can they sustain this? This is a real thing?
I think they can sustain this, which is like a play-in team caliber season. And the Warriors, again, like badly need a vacation or a spirit journey or something already.
Okay, so we have the same top 6.
Okay.
Which I think is interesting. I thought, if you can't really make an argument for any of these teams. I thought maybe Warriors optimism, they started out so well, might get them in the top. We have the same top 6. I'm guessing we have the same top 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6 was a very tricky exercise to rank these 4 teams. So without further ado, I'm going to put up my 6th place team.
There we go.
How can we justify 8-3? No LeBron. LeBron's got sciatica.
Yep.
Sciatica. Has anyone here had sciatica? It's all dudes that look
It's tough.
too old to play in the NBA. How can we justify having them so low without LeBron? Luka missed some games. Reeves is on fire. How could dare you? How would you justify this?
Because these teams are all pretty fucking good. Like, I think this whole rank is all worthy of contention, all going to be really high-level teams. I'd have the most questions about them even still because we've seen so little of them altogether.
And LeBron is very old.
He is very old.
And age is tough. It's a young man's game. It's a young man's game. All right, now it's getting tricky. Number 5.
I'll say the Spurs. Basketball is a younger man's game, but as an old person, I am inherently skeptical of all young people, including Victor Wembanyama. Really good team, still figuring a lot out. Also, my most boomer take is, like, I just don't understand why double teams work on him at all. Like, how could someone a foot shorter than you really disrupt you that much? I don't understand it.
I mean, look, I'm just going to say, I thought about putting him at 3. I thought really hard about putting them at 3. I think this is, like, pretty real. They're really good.
They're good.
Fox is really good.
Yep.
Castle is a monster, and Castle has actually very quickly figured out the just throw it really, really high, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. This dude, Wemby, is so beyond anything we've ever seen before. It's absolutely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
He's nuts.
But 5th, like, gotta show me a little bit longer. Gotta show it to me a little.
I mean, the 5th best team in the West is basically the 5th best team in the league. So a lot of respect being shown to the Spurs.
Unnecessary.
Is it?
I live on the Amtrak corridor, man. It's tough times on the Amtrak corridor, other than the Knicks right now. Unless you believe in Philly. Do you believe in Philly?
Believe meaning what?
Like this could be the year. This could be the year.
But again,
Embiid's going to stay healthy the rest of the year. Paul George is almost coming back.
He is almost back.
Did you remember Paul George was on the team?
I did.
Okay. All right. Number 4.
Yeah. I think this is where the crowd turns against us a little bit. Oh. Okay. Do you want to just do 4 and 3 together, since I'm assuming we have the same 4-3?
Sure. Yeah.
Like, if you want to do that. There we go.
I couldn't go any higher. Couldn't go any higher.
3.5 is pretty good.
All right. So here, I'll just go. Old, young, weird, proven. That's what I'm going
I like
with.
that. While we are in a room of our closest friends, Zach, I need to tell you something I've never told anyone else before. I am addicted to watching Julius Randle play basketball. It's becoming a problem. I do hear the goosebumps every single time. Every time. I feel like it's one of the one things in life I've been waiting for, which is Julius Randle to get it for basically my entire adult life. And all of a sudden I have everything I ever wanted. I don't know what to do with myself.
When he was on the Lakers, Bill has his islands, and now he's now misconstruing.
Well, he can afford an island.
But he tried to posit that he was on Giannis Island, and I was like, that's not, you're now missing the point of what the island is. But for a while, I called it Julius Randle Hill. I was alone by myself. I was trying to make fire with sticks on Julius Randle Hill. I was eating acorns. Now everybody wants to be a part of it. He's always been good, just waited for the right fit. But seriously, old, young, so weird. Like, can this actually work? Can an NBA offense built around missing shots actually work? I mean, they have, I think, the number 1 or 2 offense in the NBA. Maybe this has been a great plan. I don't know. It's just weird to me. This I know. You know what I know? Conference finals 2 years in a row. That's what I know. All right.
You gotta respect it.
However, I'm sorry. I had breakfast with a bunch of people from the Timberwolves this morning, and we concluded by talking about potential expansion. I said, look, you guys need to put every resource, every legal dollar you have into moving to the Eastern Conference if it ever comes up, because these two teams, I know one of them you got their number, but it's just tough sledding against number 2 and number 1.
Yeah, sorry. If we're being honest, Zach, number 1 is the Thunder. Number 2 might be like the Thunder missing 3 guys, and then number 3 is the Denver Nuggets.
Well, first of all, the Thunder have been the Thunder missing 3 guys, and they're 11-1, and they have a net rating of 14.5 and the number 1 defense. They're terrifying. Shea gets better and better every year. The Chet leap is happening. That's what should scare everyone. The Chet leap. Yeah. I think he's shooting 70-something% on twos, so something like that. This, barring injury, this is the NBA Finals, and you guys have to hope that somehow something befalls the Nuggets and they fall to 4th and have to play the Thunder in the second round, because going through both of these teams, I know, look, the Wolves have played the Nuggets well.
Completely.
I mean, really, really well. With Randall and with Cat. So there's definitely something there. And I can't talk about enough. Jaden McDaniels, you guys.
Oh.
It's all happening for Jaden McDaniels.
He rules so hard.
The threes are happening, the pump and spin and lay it up. It's all happening.
He's so good. I mean, I think these two, ultimately, Houston and Minnesota, like, these are the disruptors to your beautifully laid plans. Like, if Oklahoma City and Denver is the proxy finals, these are the 2 teams who could really muck it up.
Okay, before we bring on our next guest, most depressing situation among all of these teams. Who is the most?
The Dallas Mavericks, still. I think that's pretty depressing.
I think it has to be the Mavericks. But you know what, though? They had Cooper Flagg. It was all part of the vision. They got Cooper Flagg. It was part of the vision.
But now they have to trade Anthony Davis, basically. They have to keep
doing
stuff.
Do you guys want Anthony Davis?
No. Who?
Gobert, Conley, throw in Dillingham? No? All right.
Who do they want?
They want who do you want? You don't feel like you need another guard?
Wow.
I heard lots of noise, and I thought I heard Gerald Wilkins, and I'm like, I don't think that's possible.
Somehow I don't think so.
So those are our power rankings. I think they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the Suns. I should have had the Suns higher.
I think you were very mean to them.
All right. Timberwolves. Yeah, easels are going to go away now. Thank you, guys. It's been a checkered, how many years now for the Timberwolves? It's a lot of years. And there's nobody better to guide us through them. You guys are so lucky to have him covering all of your sports teams. From The Athletic, my buddy Jon Krawczynski. Elizabeth, I think I lost my phone, by the way, so if you're texting me, I'm not going to get it.
What's up, y'all?
He's very handsome. All right, Jon Krawczynski, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Look at this.
I know.
Look at this crowd. It's all for you, Zach. Thanks for coming. This is awesome.
Vikings, mediocre.
Vikings mediocre.
Twins, bad.
Bad.
Soccer team exists. I don't know much about it.
Nice little story.
Oh.
Gophers, good.
On the rise, but they got a ways to go.
Timberwolves, toast of the town right now?
Top of the mountain right now, right? Top of the mountain.
All right, so I gave John a job, and it was also an excuse for me to go down a lot of like crazy rabbit holes. Because you guys, if the Timberwolves have done one thing really well their entire existence, it's be really crazy. We used to have a running joke that every time he appeared on my podcast, we would wrap the segment, and Twitter would check Twitter, and it'd be like, Gerson Rosas has been fired for an and it would be like, God damn, again? Like, how did this keep happening? And I asked John, I want you to go back and pick. I said the 5 most pivotal moments in the history of the Timberwolves franchise. So I will, and he could define pivotal however he wanted. So I'm going to just leave it to you. You're going to go in chronological order. We'll riff for a little bit.
Yep. So first of all, as I thought about this, I'm going to go 5 pivotal, not the most. Every one of you all in here knows about how they almost moved to New Orleans and they didn't, about how they drafted KG and a few of those things. So we're going to go a little bit deeper, but still very pivotal moments. Honorable mention, number 1. This show is a pivotal moment.
How about that?
No, I'm not pandering. I am not pandering. Like, all of these people in here have been waiting for people like you and the national media to pay attention to the Wolves. And it's been a long, long time. And so this is a really cool thing that you're doing, Zach. So
no honorable mentions. Just get to the list.
Here we go. All right. Number one.
In chronological order.
Chronological order for me, number 1. 2004, Game 2 of the Sacramento Kings Minnesota Timberwolves series, Western Conference semifinals. Why am I bringing up Game 2 and not Game 7? Because in Game 2, Sam Cassell hits a 3 from the corner.
Gotta do it.
The big balls dance. If you listen to Flip Saunders, he says that's when the avulsion fracture on the hip happens. That team...
That's what Flip claimed, the late, great Flip Saunders.
Sam denies it, but that's what Flip says. And so that team would have won the championship. I'm convinced of it, had Sam Cassell been fully healthy into the Western Conference Finals and then into the finals. So a very pivotal moment.
So
right
is
there.
the problem the celebrating or that his balls were that large?
I think both.
Okay.
I think it was a two-pronged problem, literally.
I did go back and research. Somewhere in my Google search engine is like, did the big balls dance injure Sam Cassell?
Yes.
And it's like, there's a whole Reddit thread about this. And
All you have to do is Google Sam Cassell big balls dance, and injury comes right up with it. So that's.
So you think they beat the Lakers?
I think they beat
and
the
they
Lakers.
beat the Pistons.
Yep, and I think they beat the Pistons because I think that team was just really well equipped to match up with what the Lakers were doing and then to handle the Pistons' pressure. And so I think.
And then then the next level is like, well, what does that mean for Kevin Garnett? Does
Exactly.
he never get traded? Did the Celtics never win in 2008? Do you guys never experience Theo Ratliff and
That's right.
Gerald Green?
Alexei Petcherov and
Or Marco Jaric. Doesn't Cassell turn into Marco Jaric?
Exactly.
There's a lot of Marco Jaric.
so many tentacles.
I'm sorry.
to that dance.
I didn't know it was Game 2. I knew it was that series that Flip had this theory. Who knows if it's right or not? But I mean, if you were Sam Cassell, I think you would deny that
You'd
that's
have
how
to
you
deny
injured
it.
yourself.
You'd have to because you can't say I lost my chance at a championship because I did this. You can, even as iconic as that celebration is,
Do you
just
think?
have to like.
I guess you
deny
could
it.
injure yourself doing that. I'm not going to get
I mean-
up and try to do it as aggressively as possible to see
Well,
if
I
I
did-
can injure myself.
There's now a Surgeon General warning on that dance, so please. be
I
careful.
watched the video in preparation for this, and I will give it to him. He went full big balls. Like, he did not half-ass it at all.
You also Googled big balls?
I did, yeah, it's going to be a problem.
So you just went right to 2004. So
Yes.
forget KG, forget the Marbury trade.
Yeah,
forget-
everyone knows about that stuff.
Forget KG's contract causing a lockout, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, go to your number 2 one.
Number 2, May of 2009, the Timberwolves decide that they're going to hire a new general manager.
Who was that?
At the time,
Never watched Star Trek one time, by the way. I have no idea what Khan is, who he is.
So
what he
you're
is.
just doing an impression of other people doing the con,
Yeah,
basically.
At the time, Glenn Taylor is in poor health, so he empowers his son-in-law, Rob Moore, to do the search. And during that search, Rob Moore asks all of the candidates to fill out basically like a personality survey, like a long test that tells you all about the personality, the way they think about life in general and all this stuff. Dennis Lindsay was one of the candidates, very well thought of at the time and continues to be. And so you're thinking, oh, Dennis Lindsay might be the general manager of the Timberwolves. That's great. And when he was told that he had to do this test, he's like, no, I'm out of here. I am not doing this at all. David Kahn did do that test.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Passed it with flying colors, apparently, because he got hired. And then a little while later, passed on Steph Curry in the draft, and here we are.
I'm going to tell my David Kahn story.
Please do.
I don't know if I should, but I will.
I think you should. They paid to hear this story.
So Bill, I started at Grantland, or I started at Sports Illustrated, then I went to Grantland. Bill was my boss for a long time. Made glorious fun of many people, including David Kahn. Some of those people took it well, others did not, and some of those others would like to take out their rage against Bill on Bill's subordinates. And at the Board of Governors meeting one year in New York, I was there, and David Kahn was there representing the Timberwolves. And Glenn Taylor was also there, but David Kahn, I guess, was an alternate governor, maybe, I don't know. I said, there's David Kahn. I'm going to go. Never met him before. I'm going to go introduce myself. Walk across the room. Hey, David. Zach Lowe, Grantland. Just want to put a face to a name, all that. I don't know if I probably had made fun of it at some point. He just looks me dead straight in the eye. Tell your boss he's a fucking asshole. And walks away. And I was like, okay, that's how it's going to be. All right. If that's now he's killing it in Europe, though.
Killing it in Europe. Things are going well. He figured it out, stabilized himself.
All right. So something else happened in 2009 in the spring. Is that going to be on your list?
It is not, so let's get into it now if you want to.
Well,
It's
2009
obvious.
draft. We
I
have to at least mention Johnny Flynn.
David Kahn being hired then begat that, which is why I went with the David Kahn hire.
Okay, go to number 3. We'll just keep going.
Number 3 is going to be a little more obscure. February 1st, 2012, the Wolves put out this press release, and you're going to say, why are they putting out this press release? Why are you talking about this? It was to announce that they are going to honor the 1967-68 ABA Muskies by wearing their uniforms this year. They spent 1 year in the ABA, and then they moved. And it's like, why are we honoring these people? Why is this important? Because those uniforms were cursed. And Ricky Rubio is wearing the Muskies uniform
Blessed
in
be
March of 2012. They go into that game on fire. They are coming up. They're in the 8th seed in the West. They are 21-19. They lose to the Lakers. Ricky Rubio tears his ACL. That whole electrifying rookie year of rookies down the toilet. He's never the same. What would have been if he never got injured because he was wearing that uniform?
That's on my list.
Brutal.
It's a flashbulb moment for me because
Yep.
that was one of those, you could see it coming together for a guy that everybody loved and everybody rooted for. There's a Rubio jersey in the front row right here.
Yeah.
There he is. I was
Change
I was
your face,
texting with
be
Ricky
happy.
the other day, so he's doing well.
Everybody loves Ricky.
Yep.
Everybody loved watching Ricky play. Everybody wanted to play with Ricky because all he wanted to do is make his teammates better. And it was like a smaller, lower level version of when Jamal Murray tore his ACL, right when the Nuggets were starting to really figure it out. It was just it broke your heart. It just broke your
Terrible.
heart.
The worst. He's
And
my guy.
Ricky had a tough run of it for a while. Okay, go to the next one.
All right, we've had 3 kind of rough ones. Let's finish on a high note with a couple here. Number 4, 2020 draft preparation. Gerson Rosas is leading the front office. They are working around the clock because at the time, if you remember, there's 3 guys at number 1. It's Edwards, it's James Wiseman, it's LaMelo Ball. And you're like, I don't know what the right pick is. These guys are all, you're trying to figure this out. You're trying to get to the bottom of it. So we know they picked Edwards, but that's not my little nugget that I have for y'all. It was, why did they pick Edwards? A million different reasons in their evaluation, but one of them was that they had an interview with LaMelo Ball during this process, trying to figure out, hey, is this the guy for us? And LaMelo did not interview very well. And one of the questions that was asked of him is, hey, LaMelo, like, okay, after you're done playing, like, what do you see yourself doing when your career is over? Like, what do you things do you aspire to? And LaMelo said, I want to be president of the United States.
And yet, perhaps not as implausible as it might have seemed.
At the time, it seemed implausible.
But tell me he wouldn't have your vote.
He might now. And so that goes down, and lo and behold, Anthony Edwards is the number 1 pick, and now here they are contending for Western Conference championships every year.
Similarly, the James Wiseman pick kind of ruined the Warriors' 2 timelines experiment.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, one more, and we're post 2020.
Right.
We're post 2020 now.
I am hoping for a little audience participation in this last one because if you're talking about pivotal moments in this franchise's history, you have to say what is the greatest sequence that has ever happened on the court in this franchise's history.
Big Roo.
Game 7, 2024, Western Conference Finals, in the house of the reigning champions. The Wolves are down 20 in the 3rd quarter. It's over, right? Minnesota sports, everything goes bad, falling flat again. They start chipping away, and they start chipping away, and they start chipping away. Ant hits a 3 at the end of the 3rd quarter. They're in range. They're down 9, and Naz Reid comes in, tip dunk. It's now 89-82, I believe it is. And now, let me see, guys. Kevin Harlan is on the call, the first Timberwolves play-by-play radio guy ever. They're wearing the throwback uniforms. This is destiny all of a sudden is happening in front of us. This is all happening. And what happens? It's stolen by Conley. He pickpockets Murray. He gets it off to Reid. Corner, Edwards, aims, fires, score. They're up 10. The whole place goes crazy in Ball Arena. And it's for the Timberwolves. And they finish that off. Wow. And that is the number 1 moment Timberwolves history.
I thought...
How about Jon Krawczynski on the call, ladies and gentlemen?
I thought you guys were all going to help me out here. That's what I was waiting for, but I guess not.
So Denver, Minnesota, Game 7 is on my list. Yeah. I thought you were going to go with the Big Roo. When Big Roo hit that turnaround.
Yeah.
When Big Roo hit the turnaround.
That's a moment that changed history.
That's where you thought it was going to happen, but then when Reid, stolen from Jamal Murray, hits and hits it, and he's talking trash to the person in the corner. Like, that was it. It's like, all right, they are going to the Western Conference Finals.
All right, just to check the boxes, can I
Let's go. Yeah, please.
We're not commenting on it. We're just going to say these things that happened. Marbury trade. KG trade. 2011 draft, underrated Timberwolves moment. Derek Williams at number 2. And if you look at here are the next like 8 picks in that draft. Because no, it's the opposite. Ennis Freedom, Tristan Thompson, Jonas Valanciunas, Jan Vesely, Bismack Biyombo, Brandon Knight, Kemba Walker finally, Jimmy Fredette, and then Klay Thompson and Kawhi like 5 picks later. It happens. But that's the same draft. If you would need 3 hours to go through all the trades Khan made on that night, trading down and down and down and down and down, and somehow trading the rights to Nikola Mirotic, Chandler Parsons, Norris Cole, and somebody else good for nothing, right? And then drafting a guy who was so old, it turned out, he was ineligible to actually be drafted. the immortal tan guy Nagumbo, I
Yes,
think his name was.
absolutely.
And they found out after the fact, or I guess they found out after the fact, that he was 27 years old.
Yep.
And
27.
you can't be drafted at age 27. That was
You
a con
shouldn't be.
special.
I would have taken D. Will at that time. I was in it. I was in the D. Will camp. He had just beaten Duke. Like, it was like, all right, this is great, and it did not work out.
Joe Smith, the Luka shot. O.J. Mayo for Kevin Love,
Brilliant.
Huge deal.
which was unpopular.
Yes.
It was unpopular. I've heard stories from their draft party that night
I
that
was there.
that team officials had to get up and be like, "Hey, I know you guys are all excited about O.J. Mayo, but this is the trade we made," and people were like mad, right?
Yeah, they were furious with it because O.J. Mayo's name is fun to say, apparently. Like, that was all I could think about. And then Kevin Love was doughy. And, like, who is this big white guy? And it was the right pick for sure.
Kevin Love signing a 3+1 instead of a 5-year max, precipitating his trade to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Not
Crumbling
great.
the contract and throwing it in the trash after, when it was first offered to him. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. The whole Jimmy Butler experience we don't need to get into. Wally Zerbiak getting beaten up by Kevin Garnett in the locker room. And the time I ate dinner at a restaurant next to Nikola Pekovic and two of his friends and had never seen a human being eat so much food at one time and looked stone-faced and terrifying the entire time. Like,
Do you know
Peck
who
was
his
beating.
friends were? Because he's got some friends.
shady
Yes.
guys I didn't want to mess with,
Yeah.
which is why one of Flip's all-time favorite stories was when KG came back late in his career.
Yes.
It was first practice with the team. Peck was being lazy, and KG motherfucked him like hard,
No
like
question.
and everyone
Went after
stopped.
the biggest guy in the prison yard.
And everyone stopped and was like, I don't think anyone's ever talked to Peck like this before. Like, what's gonna happen? And I asked Flip, so what happened? He's like, Peck put his damn head down and started running back faster on
Yep.
defense.
Absolutely right. But Peck was the nicest guy in person in that locker room that you could ever ask for. Turns out his career's taken a little turn since then.
Jon Krawczynski, thank you so much for showing up.
Thank you.
I still have no idea what time it is, but I do know we have another guest, another guy you guys are lucky to have. Nothing but success has followed him. The head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Chris Finch, is in the house. Look at that! My name is there. I didn't get a standing ovation. Thank you for doing this.
Thanks. Hey, so after a year off, this is what you're doing now?
First of all, 6 months off, and it was a glorious 6 months.
Yeah.
My wife was worried about me. She's like, "You're such a workaholic. What are you gonna do?" And I was like, Watch how amazing I am at doing nothing." It was great.
I mean, I bet you 3/4 of these people are going to go home and do a podcast tonight, you know?
You're going with the anti-media tropes right out of the gate.
I mean, it'll qualify you to coach the Lakers, you know?
It's fair.
Can't argue it.
It's fair. How you feeling about the team? 7-4, beat a bunch of bad teams, but up and down, but good. All good so
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
You did beat a bunch of bad teams.
That's
Stop
fair.
yelling at me about the schedule.
Appreciate the left-handed compliment. I feel good. I mean, we for some reason we started the season flat. I don't know why that was. We found our juice now, and we're beating teams by the in the manner that we should. And if you follow the Timberwolves at all, which I know you probably don't, but if you
first of all,
followed us, we always struggled against the bad
I know you
teams.
played down.
Yeah.
You played down.
Yeah. So anyway, it's good to see right now. But yeah, we'll see. It was a long way to go yet.
You like the group? Good group, good
I
personalities?
do. Yeah. It's been a great group to work with. Good guys. I think they're really comfortable with each other, with who they need to be right now. Everyone's kind of expanding in their own role a little bit, which is fun to see. And we have some moodiness to us, like all NBA teams, but generally it's a great group to work with every day.
Before I ask you the actual fun questions,
Yeah.
we had a Jaden McDaniels shout out earlier, and they
Oh,
went.
nice.
They went
Have
crazy.
to.
Yeah, we like Jaden.
Did you think he could get this good, this like with the ball in his hands in particular, this fast?
Yeah, listen, the question, the answer is not that simple, but I'll give it to you the best I can. Okay, yes, he had this game in him, and you could see it coming. You could see it coming. It's more of a usage puzzle, right? Like how much usage is on the floor at any one time. You have Ant, you have Julius, etc. So no matter what, you can have all the talent you want, and that's what happens with these three-star teams. There's just not enough usage to go around. So it was how do we figure out how to increase his usage, maybe shuffle the rotation a little bit, break up his runs with Anthony, and all that. But the real thing is, I think, catalyst to it all has been just we felt coming into last season that he would be able to take this type of jump. But when we made the trade, it was kind of we had to scrap everything, just kind of get Julius and Donte in situated, comfortable. That took a long time. We had some injuries in the middle of last season, and then we saw Jaden take the step forward when those guys weren't on the floor, and it's just continued really from there.
When you say the trade, it strikes me you could be talking about like 3 different.
Yeah,
trades. Yeah. Do you ever want to tell Tim Connolly like just settle down a little bit, like throwing stuff around?
He's really playing on my G League experience. He changes the roster every 48 hours.
Okay, so trade number 1.
Yeah.
How do you remember finding out that Gobert was a potential option, and what was your first reaction?
Well, the great thing about working with Tim and his team is that it's super collaborative and transparent. Everything's out. He wants your input. He knows that from a coaching staff point of view that you got to have the buy-in, or it's not going to work. Because if you don't believe in something as a coach, you're not going to be all in. And we were all in right away. When we found out it was a possibility, very, very bullish on the trade. Thought it would make us different. We were kind of zigging when the league was zagging, and it makes us sound like we were trying to outsmart the room. That really wasn't the case. It was like, how do we incorporate one of the best players available who gives us everything that we need, rebounding, defense, presence at the rim. We felt there's no basketball reason why he and Cat wouldn't fit well together. Defensively, we knew we'd have to figure out some things with Cat at the 4. Cat's a super gracious person, and he's going to kind of figure out a way to make everything work. So, kind of everything just lined up for us to say, let's go for it and see if we can make it work.
Look, I mean, I wasn't as harsh as some of our colleagues.
What? Why are you looking at me?
No, I'm just. I don't.
I came here to write a big feature about how this would work, about how this was interesting.
That's right, you did. But I did have to go on TV at my former employer about 5 minutes after the trade, and I did say, I am in shock. I think I said disbelief. I'm in disbelief at how much the Timberwolves gave up for Rudy Gobert. And I kind of still am, and yet you can't argue with the results.
No.
Like, for a team that has been mired they didn't make the playoffs from like 2004 till the Jimmy Butler year, 2 straight Western Conference Finals. The guy's a one-man defense.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, and he's a walking top 5 defense all by himself, at times. And with Rudy and all that in the beginning, it was super bumpy, like all these massive trades are. You just have to have the patience to work through them. And but he's been part of the turnaround.
One of my favorite things is all the times that Rudy calls for the ball and doesn't get it. I feel like Julius Randle was intentionally not throwing him the ball for like the first 3 months. But when he got the 3-second violation, I think it was in Toronto that Rudy got. Like, how do you handle that as a coach? Do you guys remember this? He was so okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, but you're good. Like you've talked to me before about how like you've sat Ant during crunch time of close games, and because he was injured or flowing the wrong way, what the game wasn't going well for him, and like you deal with it, and he's fine with it. Like that's another one where, did you guys lose that game? I think
we did lose that game. Yeah,
and like that's not a great loss.
No, not a great loss at all, and it was a tough moment. anyone who knows Rudy knows how prideful he can be, and and he's, is a bit out of character for him. He's never wanting to hurt the team in any way, and by the time I had gotten to the locker room and I was ready to rip into some souls, they were policing the locker room themselves, so that was a good thing. And we talked it out the next day when we got to Boston, and we turned around and we played our tails off and lost at the buzzer in Boston. But yeah, I mean, listen, he also punched somebody in our team, so there's levels to these things.
That is true.
I consider it a step forward.
There we go.
Okay. You did have a wall punch during one of your playoff runs.
The wall punch and the Kyle Anderson punch, same game.
Okay.
Oh.
Same question for the cat trade.
I may never get another job, by the way, after doing this.
So my cat trade story is I got laid off from ESPN. I was in Los Angeles doing television. I was not on television. I was ironing my suit to go on television. And I flew back 2 days later, and a bunch of my buddies met me at my house with alcohol. And I'm 3 beers in, and the alert comes out 2 days before training camp or the season or whatever it was, October or September 28th or something like that. That cat gets traded, and A, I'm drunk, and B, and really tempted to tweet stuff and they would get my takes off on the trade. And B, I'm like, this is actually a top 5 most interesting trade that has happened in my entire career doing this, and I can't say anything. When did you learn about that? And what was your first reaction to that? Because Cat had been here so long and it was so beloved. That's almost more of an earthquake than the Gobert one.
I mean, that was a hard one, personally. Of course, again, conversational through all these processes. And the night that the trade was actually executed was a Friday night, and I was actually just talking to Donte in the green room about this.
You just spoiled that Dante's here.
It could be any Donte. Donte Cunningham coming back from the green room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay.
I was at a Nick Nurse fundraiser at Paisley Park, where he had a Prince tribute band with Sheila E. and the New Power Generation. It was a private concert. And
This is a real thing.
This is a real thing, yeah. It was a Friday night. He was there. He had flown in, and he had some of his players there. I had some of us were there, and Nick and I go a long way back, so I was there to support him. And then in the middle of that, I got a phone call from Tim, and I had to run, and we ran to Cat's house. And
you were. I know Tim has talked about
Tim beat me there by about a half a vodka bottle, and but no. So yeah, that one was painful because, I'll always have a soft spot for Cat. I mean, the way that he welcomed me here when I came, how I came. He called me at 3 in the morning the night that I was coming on board. And he didn't have to do any of that. He had been through a lot of trauma here, and he didn't have to be that. And then when I got here, he was one of the most coachable superstars I've ever been around. So, yeah.
All right. Some rapid fire fun ones.
Okay.
Do you still have the scooter?
No.
No?
Okay. That was during the 2024, right? Was that 2024?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just for fun, I rewatched the Patrick Beverley play-in game celebration. Because some of the best questions come from what was happening with this person I'm interviewing during that crazy thing that happened. And I discovered he almost ran you over on the way to the scorer's table. He kind of hip checks you.
Yeah.
Were you startled? Do you remember this at all?
No, I only remember Mike Conley running me over.
Oh, well, that was, you've never forgiven him for that.
No, I don't remember that. I do remember, some of the silly commentary and stuff like that came about that. But you have to understand, what it meant to this franchise at that moment in time. And it's not just that's the beauty of the play-in tournament. it creates a one game means everything situation, which we don't often see in the NBA. And we were fortunate enough to put ourselves into that position. And, we had a team that, and this is mostly down to Patrick Beverley. I'll give it. When he stepped into our locker room on day one, he made a team full of young guys believe they could be good. And that is what he brought to our team more than anything else. He brought a lot of other.
I was going to say. Yeah. And then.
Technicals, delay of games.
Sure.
Interesting film sessions.
And then he wasn't on the team again the next year.
We traded him for Rudy.
That's true.
It's a good trade.
It was a good trade. Krawczynski brought up Game 7, Nuggets-Wolves, 2024.
Yeah,
you guys are down 15 at the half, 20 early in the third quarter. Is there something you remember from halftime in the locker room or from a huddle early in the third quarter when it's like, oh, it's now up to 20? Like a moment, a conversation where you're like, all right, we're still in this, or a moment of despair, like maybe we're not in this?
Halftime, went into the locker room. It was very calm. Some of the things that were said were exactly the right things that needed to be said by the players. There was a tremendous confidence that we were going to still win the game, and we probably played one of our worst halves of basketball in the entire season. Like, we didn't look anything like ourselves. The moment looked too big. We were kind of all over the place. I think Kat was like the only one who was able to maybe throw in a basket here and there. And there was just a calmness about us in the locker room that felt like we're going to win this game. And I remember walking in feeling the exact same way. And, sometimes as a coach, you go in there, you're trying to sell something. But there was just this, like, connection. And it's like, we're going to win this game if we do X, Y, and Z. And part of that was just getting back to who we were. And we were able to do that, and it was a crazy game, and it was a even crazier series.
There was I'm not going to ask you about the Luka shot. I don't have it in me right
The
now.
what?
The Luka shot, because I watched that one too.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
I mean, you were in the back of the bench because you were recovering from your injury, but you were standing.
Yeah. I was trying to say, get up, don't let him shoot.
And if you watch this clip, I mean, this is one of the moments we should have talked about, because this is potentially 1-1 in a winnable series, against a team that was kind of ahead of schedule in Dallas, and then against a team in Boston that was beatable for you.
Yeah.
And I watched that shot, and you're in the back, arms crossed, it goes in. You just look up at the scoreboard. It's like it's stoic.
Yeah.
But inside, you're going crazy.
For sure. I was also, if you go back and look at the Lillard shot, I was an assistant in Houston. I probably had the same reaction, So I've been there a few times in my life. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get beat by a great player making a great shot.
Okay, so sometimes I have to be a steward for the fans and ask the fan question.
All right.
What does Rob Dillingham have to do?
Hey, listen, it's all about consistency, right? And, it is for young players when they come into the NBA, they come into two situations. They come into situations where they play a lot of empty minutes and can develop on, over a period of time, or they come in and they play high leverage, meaningful minutes. I think that the second is the best way to develop, because you're playing meaningful basketball and you got to play in a manner that doesn't hurt your team. And this goes to all young players, not about Rob. I'll come to Rob specifically. Rob definitely has the skill set to help us, create some pace, get to the paint, make the right reads, and get the ball to his teammates, and fight his tail off on defense. And we see some of that. And it's just the consistency. That's all it is, And with our young depth, whether it be Rob, TJ, or Jalen Clark, and hopefully soon we'll throw in Johan Berenger in there too.
Wow, just every young guy, they're so excited.
Yeah, exactly. And they should be, because they're good players. But, the good thing about it is, we have really experienced 6-7 guys, and those guys, are good minute eaters and produce at a high level. And, we don't feel married to anybody right now. We're 11 games in. we're still feeling our way through players and through rotations and through possibilities. And if they have a good stint, great. If they don't have a good stint, maybe we don't go back to them. But it doesn't mean that we're giving up on them moving forward. So,
Zach, if I can borrow the stewardship for a second, for the fans, for the city, for the community, for
I have
the
no idea what's
basketball
coming
world
right
at
now.
large. Chris, what do you actually think of the green NBA Cup court? I think this is a very important subject that we need to get to the bottom of.
well, I said I went to work the other day. I played on a green court with dark lighting in the stands. I had no idea where I was. I was like, not Target Center that I'm used to. The green court, after a while, I guess you kind of get used to it. It's better than the red courts. I mean, the red courts are unwatchable. I actually think the league's doing a disservice because some of these courts are unwatchable. Yeah? And why don't we just put the big trophy on the court and call it a day?
Let's go full old man yelling at clouds. Why do the Celtics have a jersey with no green on it? What are we doing? Is it a gold jersey? Like, there are too many jerseys. The courts are ugly.
Yeah.
Yours is it's not great.
No, it's not great. And sometimes you'll turn on the game on the NBA and you'll see two teams. You'll be like, who the heck's playing out there? I have no idea.
It's a highlight league anyway. It's just a highlight league. All right, last one. One of the reasons I always like talking to you is Chris Finch being year 5 or 6 for you here.
5.5.
Yeah, COVID is like threw everything off. This 5.5, 6-year coach of a winning NBA team is such an awesome story and an unlikely one in a lot of ways. I mean, you guys probably know his story. He coached in England, he coached in Belgium, he coached in the G League, and like now you're like the guy, and you still carry yourself like someone who came up through the G League and through England. So in preparation for this, I was like, everyone who's been through the minor leagues has the story where they're like, man, this isn't the NBA. Like, whether it's a bad flight, a bad trip, an incident at a hotel. I said, give me your best, like, what the hell am I even doing here in Belarus, for instance, story. So share the one.
Belarus.
Share the one you shared with me.
Okay, so I've coached all over. I think the greatest part about my job is taking me to places that you would never choose to go. And you get to spend real time there in real cities with real people.
Not including Minneapolis in that.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I have Minneapolis. So I was coaching a team. We played a game in Minsk, which is in Belarus. And I got a phone call in the middle of the night, about 3 a.m, and it was the hotel manager, and he said, hey, you can come down here. We have a problem with one of your players, which is not something you ever want to hear. And so I get dressed, I go down, I walk out, and there's one of my guys. He's there with a girl that he had come friendly with over, at the club. Yeah, right. So, and then there was a big kind of Russian-looking guy there, and I said, what's the problem? And he says, well, he's trying to go up to his room. I said, yeah, we're staying here. And he said, well, she's not allowed to go up with him. And I said, okay, is there a problem with that? And he says, yeah, if he wants to take a girl to his room, he has to choose one of ours. So in the bar was a selection of women for the evening. And I said, this has got to go in the book.
You're like, I'm drawing up pick and roll coverages for tomorrow night. Like what am I doing here? You guys are lucky to have Chris Finch. He's a great coach. He's a great guy. Thanks for coming out.
Good luck.
I had to ask you about Dilly. I'm sorry. All right. Last guy, and then you guys can get out here and go have some beverages. 2-time college national champion, 1-time NBA champion. He wins everywhere he goes. Donte DiVincenzo.
Got a little surprise for you, man. Our jerseys come out. We're playing them on Saturday, so we got you a little surprise.
What is it? Oh, look at that. A Prince jersey. My wife is going to be so excited to have more NBA memorabilia hanging in our house.
Zach, are you not going to complete the jersey swap? You got to give him
where's
yours.
mine?
I did not bring a Grady Dick jersey with me to complete the swap. Thank you for doing this.
Yes,
You're a good sport. Do you feel at home here now?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Very much so.
Obviously, the Nova Knicks were a thing.
Yeah.
You have
over.
said we just talked about it. It happened so close to the season starting, and I was reading back. What was his reaction to this? And you said there's some quote that I read probably by Krawczynski saying, "I was home chilling, and the next thing I knew, I was flying to Minnesota." But like, who actually called you? Who do you hear from?
My agent. And I was actually visiting. So we were leaving for training camp that Monday after media day. So that weekend, my fiance and I decided to go see her family before the season kind of kicks off. And I was up there, and I got a call. I want to say around noon, 1 o'clock. Like, hey, this is stuff I'm hearing. Nothing really gaining traction, but just keep you posted. And then later on, it was like, hey, I think this is going to happen. And then like 30 seconds later, it was already out. So I was getting called. So
Who's the first Nova guy you hear from?
the first Nova, it was Josh.
Of course it was Josh.
Josh is glued to his phone.
All
So
the time.
yeah.
And were you guys all like shocked, sad? I mean, this was like such a fairy tale thing.
Yeah. You were in commercials together. That's how you know it's
That
real.
was after. That was after the fact. Yeah. So I still went back and did the commercial. But no, I was kind of just shocked. It was kind of like you didn't really believe it, just because we had a great year. Individually had a good year, and you're going into the season. I think the timing of everything was the real shock behind everything. Like, I know I've been traded before. But I haven't been traded the day before the season started. So, like, that was the shock. But, once you get the initial emotions out, then it's like, okay, where are we going to live? What are we going to, like all those logistics of everything. That's where my mind initially went.
Is it weird to not be moving around like that? Because you've now had like 4 or 5 years where you've just constantly been going new places.
This is the first, I think this is the first year going to the season in the last 4 or 5 seasons that I've been on. Like, this is the first time I've been on the same team.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Like, so you talk about home. Yeah.
You guys have seen the commercial, right? With the Nova Knicks. So I heard that commercial almost didn't happen.
Yes.
And because of your participation, can you shed light on this?
So do you guys remember I hurt my toe that one game, and the commercial was the next morning. So I had this messed up toe, didn't really know what was going on. Went there, filmed this. It was like 4.5 hours, and my foot was huge. I was like, but if you notice, I don't do much walking in the commercial. Hey, listen, they're really good at hiding shit, I can tell you that.
I watched it knowing this,
Yeah.
and I'm like, he doesn't look like he's moving great.
Because I was waddling down the hallway, so they had to cut it. But it was a lot of fun. It was kind of weird at first, just being back for the first time. I was so excited to play against them. And not get that opportunity, and I'm like, hey, let's shoot the damn commercial, I guess.
Who were you actually talking shit to on their bench the first time you guys played?
We need it.
I knew this was coming. I wasn't. All right.
First of all, everyone was rooting for you in that moment. You were the spurned one. Everyone can relate to that.
Listen, Tibbs and I had friendly banter, and somebody jumped in. So then that is what escalated everything. It was going absolutely nowhere with Tibbs and I. Then what the cameras caught and all that stuff, and ESPN, and how it went crazy, that was someone jumped into an argument or a banter that wasn't there necessarily.
And they'll remain nameless?
You can assume.
You remember this, right?
It rhymes with.
Yeah. All right, let's go through some of your fun moments in your career, some of your big moments.
That is a fun moment. What do you mean?
It's fun for me. I'm glad it was fun for you. Game 2, Sixers-Knicks.
Crazy.
This is the crazy Knicks comeback. Jalen Brunson, you're down 5 with like 30 seconds left.
Yeah,
Jalen
drive,
Brunson,
kick, Jalen hits a 3.
Yeah. And then you have 2 shots at a 3, and you make the second one.
Jalen and Josh got a steal, kick it to me,
Yeah.
and I missed that shit bad.
Yeah.
And
Which I had forgotten,
and
and I was like, oh, there's another
I
offensive
didn't-
rebound.
Yeah, I saw Isaiah go get the ball, and like you can see me the whole time. I'm like clapping and shaking my hands, like please give me this ball back. And OG swung it, and as soon as it left my hand, I knew it was in because I was like, I need another shot at this.
Your post-game interview in the arena at MSG is one of the rare moments where an athlete looks, I don't mean this in a bad way, like overwhelmed by the noise, the emotion.
It
like
was
that,
it was insane. The
Yeah.
floor was shaking. I didn't get off to a good start in that series, so that kind of just gave me you're overwhelmed with emotions. You're finally like, you get that shot to fall, you get another win in the series, and you can kind of finally like, all right, now I'm into the series. Let's kick it off.
Game 6 of that series, you guys win the series 4-2. You're up 114-113 by 1 with 11 seconds left. They foul you because they're losing.
Is it in Philly?
Philly. No, it was in Philly. Yeah, it must have been in Philly.
Yeah, it was in Philly.
They foul you intentionally to stop the clock.
Yeah.
And then there's like a 45-second stoppage for some reason. The refs are talking to the review table, and you're just waiting to take these massive.
I make one?
You made like
Hell yeah.
nothing but that.
I
you don't even remember
yeah.
this.
I don't.
So there's like a 45-second stoppage, and then Buddy Hield starts talking to you. Buddy Hield plays for the Sixers at this time, and he's literally up in your business and like talking shit to you. He's touching the ball. What's he saying?
It's friendly banter, man.
Friendly
That's
banter.
it.
So you're totally unfazed. You're like,
He was just saying like, give me one, like give me a miss. Like he wanted to, just get in my head to try to make me miss a shot, so they had an opportunity.
And you're 100% stone cold confident I'm going 2 for 2.
I think I ended up smiling or something, or laughing.
You
or
did,
something.
between shots you smiled.
Because Buddy is just a funny dude. So like I said, it's friendly banter. It's just fun. It's fun out there.
I had also forgotten you were injured when Chris Jenkins hit the shot to win the national title, and I was looking for you. This is the Villanova national
See the
title.
suit?
Archie Diacono
Yeah.
pitched to Chris Jenkins, and there's this redhead in a full dress suit, like suit and tie, coming off the bench.
You know the
must have been
funniest-
healthy because you sprinted out there, man.
I was
You
gonna
sprinted
say,
and tackled him.
the funniest part about that is my foot was supposed to be broken.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
was
you were like, I
recovering.
guess he's healthy.
I was recovering, so I was able to move at that point.
Is there any such thing on this Timberwolves team as like a slump for you? You have the greenest green light, and you should. That's your job. But like I feel like you can miss 5, 6 threes in a row. You're like, I don't care. I'm taking the next 4, contested or not. Like, is slump like out of your mind vocabulary now?
Yeah, I think it comes from my teammates and the coaching staff. The game that I actually broke my nose, I started the game like 1 for 7, and it was just not feeling great. And all the coaches were like, they're good looks, just keep firing them, and play your game. And I think Ant is the main one. Ant's the main one behind me. Like, yo, you better shoot that every time. So when you have that next to you, it's like, and I think I rattled off like 4 or 5 in a row to finish the game. Like, percentages are always going to equal out. Like, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about any of that in the initial, because I know everything's going to work out as long as I can keep my mindset straight of just like keep letting it go.
How did you keep playing in that game after the elbow from Collins? I'm wincing just thinking about watching it.
I didn't know it was that bad looking, so that we didn't have a mirror in the back. So I went back there, and it's all bleeding, and they stopped the blood, and I was like, hey, like, is it broken? Like, yeah, it's kind of broken. I'm like, all right, so can we break it back? Well, there was like dilemma of when to do it, timing of when to do it. So I was like, all right, I'll just go finish the game, come back, and then we'll, put it back in place. I went out there, and I went up to the assistant, Mike, and I was like, yo, I'm ready. And he just like looked at me. Like, and I remember Joe Ing was like, dude, what the And at this point, I had still not seen my nose.
Oh, no.
So I didn't see my nose until after the game.
Yeah, I imagine you got some text with that screenshot.
Yeah, it
from
was
the
a bunch
broadcast.
of different photos and videos of me, and I was like, that thing was like this.
Outside looking in, West Finals last year, 4-1, chalk prevails. Thunder is supposed to win, they win, short series. How did it feel from inside your experience? Did you feel like, man, we're a couple of breaks away from this being 2-2, we're not that far away? Like, how do you come out of that series?
I think we learned from him about all the little things throughout the regular season. Take that series out of it. We played catch up last year, and I think that's kind of what we want to avoid. And that's our mindset of doing all the little things, making those habits early. Because if you look at the seeding last year, it's like a game away from play-in, but you're a game away from home court. To have that understanding in the regular season, then creates those habits. So when you get to those moments, it's second nature. And I think just they had done the little things, another possession more than us for a full 48, and I think that's the only thing that we learned from it. Like talent-wise, roster-wise, coaching-wise, top to bottom, like we're right there. Like it's not like we're chasing something that is not attainable. It's just the little things that put us to make us a great team.
We were talking about that before the show because before you got here, we did power rankings in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
And he had the Warriors like 10th, I had him 7th, and we were talking about, I don't know if you saw last night, Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green had some comments after their loss, like, I don't know if we're basically like, we got to get back to being serious about winning, and the Clippers are obviously struggling, and I mentioned to Rob, like, they're kind of playing like a team that feels like it's above the regular season, and if you do that in the West, like, you're 9th. That's that's life in the West.
Yeah, I mean, you look at we started off in Portland, and you look at that team, and that team's like, you think Portland's going to be like they're not going to be that good. They're a good team.
They're hungry.
Long, athletic, can play defense, pick up full court, and they're going to surprise a lot of different teams, and that's the West every single night.
Where are you right now? Like, 11 games in, what's your grade for the Timberwolves? Like, where are you, and what's like the next phase for you guys?
I think the next phase is just to do what we've been doing against the teams that, the teams that we're supposed to beat, keep doing them. And then the teams that are the good teams in the NBA, the OKCs, the Denvers, the Lakers, the Knicks, those are the teams that we need to do the exact same thing that we did against Sacramento, against, Utah, and do those against those good teams as well, and not have – it's a consistency factor. I think just being consistent every single night, having the energy every single night is what separates, the top 2-3 teams in each conference.
Yeah, you had a quote about how you guys are like a sometimes team on defense and an always team on defense.
Yeah.
I mean, a fucking bar, first of all, but also, like, how do you become that?
Oh, man.
I mean, right?
I don't know which game that was, but it starts with, the head of our snake defensively is Jaden and Rudy. And then you throw in there, their ability to affect the game it's kind of crazy to witness sometimes of how, Jaden can guard every single position. And what he's, he is unbelievable. And to see what he's given us offensively as well, it's hard to do. So I think it starts there with that energy, but also it's like those are the head of the snake defensively, but everybody else has to bring it up a notch. And when we bring it up a notch and you have a full 48 minutes of guys coming off the bench, you have Jalen Clark coming off the bench, picking up full court, like the dude's like a pit bull. So he usually is the one that like gets the game jump start, so we have to do it from the jump ball.
Yeah, can we talk about the Jalen Clark, Jaden McDaniels thing happening, like that pairing on defense? I mean,
Scary,
it seems like
man.
it's really clicking.
Yeah,
into place.
it's a really good duo. Jaden goes out and Jalen comes in. It's like hell. So
Nuts.
Look, why not, right? Like, why not the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Exactly.
Someone's got to push the Thunder and the Nuggets. Why
Yeah.
not? Why not you guys? All you guys do is win. You mentioned the Lakers before as one of the teams on your list, and like one of the fun subplots for me the last couple of years is back-to-back first rounds. Suns, glamour team. Like that's before you got here,
Yeah.
and then Lakers, the ultimate glamour team. I picked against you guys both series. I think most people did, and it's been fun. Just like not only did you guys win those series, again, one before you got here. you kick the crap out of them, and it's like, oh yeah, no, we're just really, really good. Why don't you stop doubting and like stop falling in love with these big and like. I regretted the Phoenix pick like 5 minutes into game one. I was like, oh my God, I totally blew this one. So anyway, Donte DiVincenzo, thanks for coming out, man.
Yeah, thank you, baby.
We have some time for questions.
Oh, please.
We were fast. We didn't waste anyone's time. Okay. Rob, you feel free to take any of these. You guys think I was kidding. First no card. Did Nico end up taking the worst GM belt ever from Khan? Rob, we can both field this. If you could pair Ant with anyone in the league, who would it be?
What do we want with Ant? What do we want for Ant?
There's only one answer to the question. You can overthink it if you want. Go ahead.
What is the easy answer? Wemby?
Wemby.
I mean, Nikola Jokic would be pretty cool.
Ah, Wemby. It's got to be Wemby. He's 22 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
Jokic?
I mean, that seems like a pretty great combination to me.
They would be a lot of fun together. It'd be a good like comedy duo.
Like, see, this is the angle we really need to be harnessing.
Any other candidates even?
It's got to be a big. I mean, because Ant's basically a point guard now. I don't know if you heard. So,
Yeah.
Yes, a lead guard. I'm sorry. Apologies to Chris Finch. So it's got to be a big, and if it's going to be a big, it's one of those two.
Giannis?
I don't mind it.
Eh.
We already heard not Anthony Davis. We've been told.
Not Anthony Davis. People don't want trades.
That was emphatic.
That's not bad.
I like
Evan
that.
Mobley's a good
I like
one.
that.
Hopefully that wasn't Tim Connolly. Rob, you guys think I was kidding. Should Nico Harrison be federally prosecuted?
I've heard there's indictments on the way,
Okay, this is a two-parter. Whoever wrote this, kudos. Part one is not the reason for the kudos. If Ant makes an all-defense team, does he win MVP? No.
Not necessarily, no.
I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. Like, the top four guys are so good.
And
Shea,
and locked in for a
Jokic,
while.
Giannis. Who am I forgetting?
I mean, Wemby might be in there.
Oh,
now.
Wemby, duh. And Luka.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's just like
It's a tough field.
it's a tough field. But if he makes all, by the way, I think he's overdue to make an all-defense team. I thought he would have made one by now.
Yes.
He has all the tools. If he just dials in, particularly off the ball,
When he would like to make one, he has the ability.
I'll never forget when you guys played the Grizzlies in the playoffs, and he was like, I want John Morant.
Yeah.
I want every bit of John Morant. I want to beat him up when I have the ball, and I want to beat him up when he has the ball. And it was like, okay, all right, I like this guy. Rob, this is a very important one, the second part. I was going to say knows his audience. He knows his host's boss. How does this live show affect LeBron's legacy?
Well, where did we put the Lakers in the power rankings again?
The Lakers were 6th in both of our power rankings.
I think we're pushing LeBron down. I think in the legacy talk, I mean, the Wolves have been the talk all night. Why? You said why not the Wolves? So then it can't.
Why
be
not the
Lakers.
Wolves? Why not? LeBron's legacy. Should we talk? No, we. Does LeBron play for the Lakers next season?
No.
No. The answer is no.
Does he play for them this season?
He just got assigned to the South Bay Lakers.
I guess that counts.
Which I guess he's going to play for the Lakers. We both can answer this from Jordan. Nobody signed their name. So if you sign your name, I'm going to say your name, Jordan. What rewatchables movie would you pick to do if you curated an episode? Curated, so fancy. And with whom would you do it from The Ringer? I'm contractually obligated to not answer that question. Do you have a dream rewatchables?
Aliens, but I think they've already done it.
What was it?
Aliens?
Aliens plural.
The second, yeah. There are multiple aliens in it. It's just,
What is? What
I don't know
was
if
it?
the resurrection is good, but we'll take it. What's your pick, Zach?
First of all, people talk about scary movies a lot. Like now, there's all these jump scare movies, and I don't know what was scary.
I
that
think
came
they're
out.
all jump scare movies for the most
Like,
part.
was Sinners supposed to be scary?
No.
Was Weapons supposed to be scary?
Ish.
I watched Aliens at a sleepover when I was 12 years old, and it was the most cowardly I ever felt in my life. I wanted to go home. I was absolutely scared shitless. It is so scary, and it's a slow, methodical build.
This is why it's perfect for the rewatchables, because what are we harnessing on that podcast if not 12-year-old sleepover energy? That's really what we're trying to tap into.
So Bill has asked me this question because I want to do a rewatchables and he wants me to do one, and I submitted 10 movies.
Okay.
They ranged in scope and theme from Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
You're not a Nature Calls guy.
No, the first one. Spaceballs is on my list because Spaceballs 2 is coming out in a couple years.
You got the news plague.
And ultimately, I think we settled on Dog Day Afternoon.
Okay.
Deep cut for the cinemaphiles. 70s Pacino can't be beat. Any of those. But they've done all of them. Everyone I look up, I'm like, you already did this one. How many movies are there?
They've done Heat 5 times, so I think they could do one again for you.
Is Heat 2? Is that happening?
It's kind of a thing.
Are we sure Heat's good? I'm gonna
Oh.
put. Let me do
fired.
Simmons. Is Michael Mann having a moment?
Never stopped.
This one requires some thought. What is the first of all, the handwriting on this is just pristine. What is the best starting five you can build of current NBA players who have never made an All-Star team, excluding rookies?
Okay.
Never made an All-Star team. Austin Reeves probably has to be on it at this point.
Yeah.
Jaden,
Yeah,
I think
Jaden has
Jaden
a
is the
case.
reason for the question. Denny Avdia is up there.
We're talking about Jamal Murray previously.
Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is the starting point guard of the team.
Who's the big is the question.
The bigs.
Who's
All right,
the
let's think
center
bigs.
that hasn't been rewarded?
Someone said DeAndre Ayton. I feel like we've already reached the bottom of the conversation, and I'm a DeAndre Ayton optimist.
I like the Jalen Duren option.
He might make it this year the way he's playing.
Well, this question's expiring very quickly for Jalen Duren.
Other bigs. Not.
Nas, yeah.
It's hard to make an All-Star team coming off the bench. OG Anunoby.
Sure.
Hartenstein. I don't know if that was a joke. Shout out. He's playing like really, really well. Chet.
I mean, you could pick basically the Thunder's like bench.
Chet's got to be on here.
Who are we missing? I feel like we're missing somebody obvious. Aaron Gordon.
Oh.
Now we're speaking my language. Thank you. Aaron Gordon's a great one.
Aaron Gordon. Is he? Did the Denver series make people not like Aaron Gordon here? Or is he respected?
Grudging respect.
Yeah. He's a beautiful basketball story. He wanted to be one thing. He was kind of in a dysfunctional place to let him explore being that thing. It didn't go well. And then he got traded to like Nirvana, basketball Nirvana. He became the player he was destined to be.
May we all be so lucky for that kind of evolution in life, Zach.
Another Nico Harrison, David Kahn. Okay, well, we're transitioning right into this from Andrew and Ryan. It took two people to write this question. Do you think Jaden McDaniels will make an all-star team, and when? I mean, when is a lot, right, Andrew and Ryan. When?
I think the answer might be yes now. Like he is an honest-to-goodness creator in a way he wasn't before. We already know he's one of the best defensive players in the league, especially at his position. Like, what would be holding him back other than, Ant and Julius being on his team, for example? And if the Wolves are very good, they probably get rewarded before him.
I wanna be the bad guy and go no, just to be a jerk about it. I
realize where we are.
I'm gonna say yes. But if you gave me over under 1.5 All-Star appearances, I'm taking the under. I could see 1 year where he sneaks in as like the second best guy on a 60-win pace Wolves team. I could see that.
Could that be this year? Because we're introducing this new All-Star game format, American players versus international players.
Oh, God.
I'm going to be honest with you, there's not that many
And
good
it's a
American
round-robin
players.
tournament of how many games?
It's all very complicated, but basically Adam Silver has the executive power very strong in this country right now to plug Jaden McDaniels on that roster if he so chooses.
Wait, why? He does?
Yeah, like if the All-Star votes created imbalance of international players to American players, they just get to decide, we want this American guy on the team.
No, see, that's when Trump has to come in and make the decision. I did start the Jaden McDaniels for Team USA 2028 bandwagon
like
on my
that.
podcast
Yeah.
with Silva because Every Team USA needs a guy like that. Doesn't need the ball, just wants to defend the hell out of everyone, can make open threes, get out in transition. I'm going to say yes, and he will make the All-Star team in 2028. Dear Zach. Sean, that's very sweet. From Sean. Dear Zach, did you buy your Mets jersey? Circle yes or no. Sean, you're not getting the card back, man. Like it's not the way this works. I have not purchased my Mets jersey yet. I can't decide which player speaks most deeply to my soul. I want it to be Juan Soto, but I just can't. Like something. It's like there's a wall there, and I just can't get past. I can't get past the wall. I look into his eyes. And there's nothing there, but I want to hit the baseball and look cool, which I love. Like, keep hitting the baseballs. I love it.
I mean, sometimes they're the right match on paper, but you just aren't feeling it, Zach. I think it's okay.
My daughter wants Lindor. My daughter absolutely loves Francisco Lindor. No, it has to be a current Met. I have a Piazza. I have a Hundley. Who? No, come on. Who is the Timberwolves equivalent of Mauricio? It might be Rob Dillingham. I hate to break it to you. Lots of potential, ends up not playing. If Pete Alonso resigns, it might be Pete Alonso. I was at the Minneapolis Miracle, parentheses, humble brag. What is the coolest, best live sports experience you've been a part of?
I think for me, it is Klay Thompson absolutely obliterating the Oklahoma City Thunder.
You were at that game?
Game 6. Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's a great one.
It was an act of God. I don't know how else to describe it. Unbelievable.
Were you like courtside in the good media seats?
Sadly not. Too much media at that one.
I watched that one on TV. That was a heartbreaker for the Thunder.
I mean, it imploded a franchise.
I'm trying to think. For work, it's 1,000% Cavs Warriors Game 7. The most intense thing I've ever been a part of professionally. I mean, like I could feel my blood pressure reaching unhealthy levels.
Yeah.
And I didn't care who won the game. The 4 minutes when it just didn't stop, like there were no stoppages and everybody missed every shot before the Kyrie shot is the most intense thing I've ever seen live. The LeBron chase down block happened like I was eye to eye with the block. And apologies if you heard me tell this story before. I was on press row, like one level up, eye to eye. And I was 1,000% sure it was a goaltend. Like there was absolutely no way a human being could have made that play. And as the game was going on, I got up from my seat and ran, almost tripped over like laptop cords and ruined people's days to a monitor that I knew was like 10 seconds behind the real action because I had to see, did this guy actually do this? And I was like, God damn, that's a good block. I don't know. What about non-NBA sporting events?
I only care about the NBA.
It's a sad.
Oh, they get it. What was the adjective? Is it the greatest sporting event?
The coolest/best.
I mean, I was there for Luka Doncic's return game to Dallas, which was one of the most surreal.
Oh, yeah. How was that? That's timely.
I've never seen a building like that. A lot of anguish, a lot of booing, obviously, a precursor for everything that's happening right now. I don't know that we're ever going to see anything like that again.
He put up 40-something in that game, didn't he?
He sure did.
That might be a mistake, that trade.
I mean, what gives you that idea, though? There's still time.
I was at the Halliburton Knicks game last year. That was...
The high bounce?
That was absolutely... I don't think I'll ever go to a game that crazy again. That was absolutely insane.
How did you feel about the aping of the Reggie choke?
I didn't see it happening because I was way up in the stands, and I thought the game was over, and I was like, where's the elevator? What happened? So I only saw it on TV. Is anybody anti that? That's awesome.
I mean, I think the question is, like, should you just come up with your own celebration?
Not in Madison Square. Not in Madison Square Garden,
okay.
and not with Reggie there.
Fair.
By the way, that's got to be top 3 if I could rewind and change history for a single game. Game 7 of the finals last year. Everyone asks, I get asked all the time, would Indiana have won that game? I say, I don't know, but I'll know this. That was a coin flip. Yeah. Like they were there to win that fucking game. They were not scared at all. If anything, the Thunder were a little bit like, oh, I thought playing at home we might roll here, and we're not going to roll. I went to a couple good Mets games. I don't know what other. I'll tell you, I almost when soccer Croatia soccer, 2022 World Cup, when they beat Brazil in penalty kicks. They went down 1-0 in extra time, tied the game, went to penalty kicks. When Brazil's last kick hit the post and the game was over, I kind of thought I was having a heart attack. Like actually, I was on the floor and I kind of couldn't get off the floor, and I really thought it's finally happened. I've become the sports guy who's so crazy that I'm actually having a heart attack from a game. And then I was okay.
Then you just got up and you were fine.
I don't know. The Minneapolis Miracle. What's the best? There's a twin, like a Kirby Puckett Twins game, right? I have a Homer Hanky, by the way, at my house. A 1987 original Homer Hanky. Do you even know what that is?
Zero idea.
When
you could tell me anything. I would
when they
believe
played
it.
in the Metrodome, they won two World Series. Yeah,
That seems
87
good.
and 91. Is that right?
Now you are pandering.
I do remember exactly where I was in my college dorm room lounge when Gary Anderson missed the field goal. I do remember that. One day it's going to happen. I'll conclude by saying this. People are like, one of the questions was, why are you here? Like, why did you pick Minneapolis? So I've never done one of these before, and I just didn't feel comfortable doing it at ESPN. It wasn't the right fit, and I was like, you know what, I'll try it. And we wanted to check, like any LA, New York, those are obvious. It's like, let's test drive it, see if anyone actually cares. Rabid sports fans, great city, probably feels a little bit underserved by the national media. I bet people will come out. And my best buddy from college lives here, and he's here tonight. We went to a Wild game last night. 3-on-3 in overtime in hockey? I didn't know that was a thing. It was great. So that's why I'm in Minneapolis, because it's awesome, and the fans are awesome. And it's always the one people forget when they do the trivia of, like, name all the cities that have every major sports team. It's like, Minneapolis, really? It's a great city. So anyway, first time live show. Thank you guys all so much for coming out. Thank you. Thank you to Rob Mahoney. Thank you to Chris Finch, Donte DiVincenzo, Jon Krawczynski. Thank you to all of you. I'll be hanging around for a little bit. We're done. Go Wolves.
Must be 21 or over and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 and over and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.